Hey there, Aluxer. In this session, we're going to be exploring with you the relationship you have with time. By now, you already know that life is a strategy game. It's all about the management of resources. How well you do in life boils down to how good you are at making the most out of the little resources you can get your hands on. Welcome to Alux. Everybody is credited around 4,000 weeks at birth. That's the equivalent of 77 years. Some of you might get a few more, others will have it cut short. Picture a grid where all of your 4,000 weeks are laid out. Every horizontal line is a year, 52 weeks per year. Every horizontal block is a decade, 520 weeks per decade. If you're in your mid-30s, you quickly realize just how much of your life has already been consumed. Visualizing it puts a little bit of emphasis on how much time you have left and should arouse in you a feeling of not wanting to waste it. You've heard the concept of time billionaire before. 1 billion seconds is around 31 years. And if you think you've got at least another 31 years left in you, well, congrats, you're a time billionaire, something very few actual billionaires are able to claim. How does it feel knowing you have something that the richest people in the world would probably kill for if they could take it from you? Feels pretty great, right? Now, we guarantee that everyone rich would trade half of their fortune to be half of their current age. Hell, most people would trade all of it because they know that time is the one thing you can't buy. You can buy time efficiency, sure, you can get there faster, get it done in half the time, but you can't really add it. So what if you thought about time as currency? At birth, everyone gets credited with 2.5 billion time coins, and with every breath you take, with every moment, life begins charging you an ongoing subscription that allows you to keep playing this game. Everyone knows the saying that time is the most valuable currency in life, so you should spend it wisely, but more often than not, you find yourself spending it stuck in traffic or watching reruns of old TV shows. It is safe to say that most people are poor spenders of time. Most people go through life in a state of confusion. Many say they want to do something, that they want to become investors, but they don't have any money. Well, invest your time instead. Early in life, there's nothing with lower overhead than investing your time. There's nothing that gets you the kind of return you can get on time because you're so abundant with it. Being a time billionaire puts you in an incredible position. When you've got more time, you have less to lose, making it easier to take chances on big dreams. Abundant time means you can recover from mistakes with less impact on your overall life trajectory. It gives you the luxury of trying things. And thinking about your wealth as time highlights the opportunities for redemption and new beginnings. A concept we've shared with the people in our Reinvent Mastery course is that of decade-long living. What if every decade you decided to try something else, to live a different life? In your 20s, you party and try things out. This decade is all about figuring out who the hell you are, what you like, and what you don't like. By the time you're 30, you should know enough about yourself to not Peter Pan your life away. In your 30s, you go super hard on solving money for the rest of your life. Overnight success takes on average 7 to 10 years. Then in your 40s, well, you could try becoming a painter or whatever art of choice you would like. Whatever it is, you dedicate a decade to it and see how far you can take it, and so on. Can you believe that most people live a single life their entire 4,000 weeks? What's the point of being a time billionaire if every day looks the same? Don't live the same week 4,000 times and call it a life. What's the point of having this abundance of time coins if you only get to experience an insanely small fraction of what life can offer you? We always found the phrase, "live today like it's your last," pretty shitty advice, because the only way you actually get the maximum return on it is if you really die tomorrow. Since you're probably still going to be alive, over longer time windows, it's an underperforming strategy. If you do it right, the present improves the tomorrow, and before you know it, tomorrow becomes today. In life, you want to be directionally correct, not destination perfect. Meaning, you know that this chapter of your life you'll dedicate to family life or wealth building so you can set your life up accordingly. Having a directional plan, a bird's eye view of what each chapter of your life should be like, gives you the unique opportunity to check off most of the boxes that you pick for yourself. This exercise takes away the anxiety of tomorrow, that feeling of not knowing what to do with yourself. Sure, you might be thinking you want the creative freedom to do what you want with your life, and that putting things in chapters might cause even more stress on you. But you would be wrong. Extra stress and anxiety are often the result of people freestyling through life or making things up as they go. This is incredibly exhausting for both the brain and the soul. You grow up when you realize that regret is the bitter taste of time misspent. Think about it. All that regret is that you could have done something different with your time, but you wasted it. Wasted time is a life unlived, and an unlived life is the ultimate form of regret, and that's what you're trying to avoid, Aluxer. Viewing time as a form of wealth shifts the focus from material accumulation to experiences and personal fulfillment. It's an incredibly dangerous game, trading the bulk of your time wealth in order to acquire material wealth and not even be able to enjoy it. Our personal goal is to maximize the quality of our life and that of those we care about for as long of a time horizon as possible. It took a while, but other people have begun figuring this out as well. There's even a term for it now called life maxing. There are different moments in life for different things. One should be able to brute force their way into progress, and by brute force, we're referring to the volume of effort delivered consistently. You want to have the kind of self-control where you can quiet the voice in your head that tells you to crash on the couch instead of going to the gym. You want to be victorious over it. You grow up when you know when the time is right for leveraging resources and know-how, and when there's simply no way around effort. We're going to teach you a technique that we've personally used to turn our business around in the early days. This is incredibly valuable and effective if you're going through a downturn in your life or if you're looking to accelerate growth in the next 6 to 12 months. Okay, so we call it day batching, and you're supposed to use it when leaps are necessary. So here's our personal story of how we turned our company around. Back in 2013 to 2014, our media business relied on search traffic as the primary driver of revenue. We owned one of the largest luxury media publishers in the world, but suddenly, Google decided to change their algorithm. Some of you in this space might remember the Panda and Penguin updates. Our revenue dropped 50% in a single day, and by another 35% before the end of the month, all the while we had employees and hard costs to maintain. These are the moments when you really want to quit. Somebody else changed the rules of the game that you've invested so heavily into playing. But you always have to make a choice. This is what we wanted to do with our life. This is what the current chapter was about, so we couldn't quit now. We were still time billionaires with thousands of weeks ahead of us impacted by what we were about to do next. The only way out, we figured, was through brute force. You don't control what other people are doing, but you can control what you do with your time. So we put together an effort-based plan where if we deployed consistent effort, we knew we could get out of the hole. Most problems in life can be solved through discipline. We would wake up at 5 a.m., go through the list of what the priorities for the day are, coffee, shower, and by 6 a.m. we were already working. We pushed as hard as possible until around noon when we would take a break to eat and sometimes have a nap. By 1 to 1:30 we were back at work until 6 to 7 p.m. We needed to move fast, so we doubled our work windows because the fires were burning. No more sports, no more distractions. This was the rest of our life we were fighting for. Since nothing delivers a higher ROI on your life than your own time and effort, we doubled the returns that we got daily. We treated before noon as a full workday and afternoon as another one. We committed to doing it for a full year nonstop. It took us 8 months to not only recoup our losses, but add a couple of $1 million to our company's valuation too. When we rebuilt, we did it smarter, future-proofing our company so it's not dependent on other platforms or people for success. And this has never been truer than it is right now. Growing up in the digital age provides a unique advantage in understanding and utilizing technology for growth and opportunities. Think about wealth for a second. In order to become what we consider now to be extremely rich, think billionaires. Well, back in the day, it would take you 40 to 60 years of hard work. You would need factories, thousands of employees, raw materials, and a ruthless approach to business and life, because you know damn well other people will come after you along the way. But nowadays, you can get there in a fraction of the time with an app. And that is why we built the Alux app. And you can listen to the rest of this session by going to Alux.com/app and downloading it. Start a free trial today and learn about the efficiency trap, the current obsession with productivity, and how it's making everyone miserable, the sweet spot between effort and enjoyment, and most importantly, a way to measure the value of the time you have left in your life. People who are subscribers to the Alux app get one of these coaching sessions every single day. What do you think happens to your mind and your life if you have a mentor helping you out daily? Go to Alux.com/app and join over 100,000 people that already have gotten their unfair advantage over everyone else.